Guys, so this one's going to be about sleep. Okay, so what you can be doing to really help your sleep. Okay, magnesium glycinate. You'd be doing things like about 400 milligrams before bed. I was finding there's one by CanPrev in Canada, CAN and then PREV. Very, very strong, very strong. It's a glycinate, so the effect it has on the nervous system, very, very calming. Um, yeah, that is probably one of the strongest magnesiums I've ever used. One scoop, and it added like 2 hours to sleep. Very, very powerful stuff. So that's one to look into. Excellent, excellent stuff. I've used magnesium glycinate for years. It is my favorite magnesium. Um, Second, I get the light on here. Okay, so there's that one. Your liver. So liver and sleep goes like this in Ayurveda. So Schizandra berry, it's a Chinese herb. It's actually a berry, opens all the meridians in the body, helps all three treasures, Jing, Qi, and Shen, helps stage 1 and 2 liver detoxification, works right on the pituitary. Excellent for clearing the liver. So for helping with as an adaptogen and for helping with clear the liver, that is the one I'd be looking at. If you don't have that, a good liver detox, who's the other one? St. Francis makes a pretty decent one. Hepato DR, I believe. Detoxing the liver will help sleep. So other ones to look into. So a couple things to look at. So there's liver, fermented glutamine to help heal the gut, to help with healing the gut. So glutamine, when it's ferment, I find it works a lot better when it's fermented. Okay, so healing up the gut. If there's any issue with any leaky gut, you want to be looking at healing up any inflammation, actually healing the gut with a glutamine. Increased stomach acid like an apple cider vinegar, so I have that written down here. And then you could be using like sauerkraut, good quality sauerkraut, quarter of a cup once a day. I got up to like 3 times a day at one point with apple cider vinegar and glutamine for like 7 months, and it huge effect on gut. But definitely, every time I use glutamine, that could definitely affect sleep quality. Apple cider vinegar, it will clear out liver. It will help with liver stones, gallstones, kidney stones. It helps clear emotional blocks too. Helps with stomach acid so that you're breaking down your food. So when you're breaking down your food more, like you need to break down your food so it's what you are absorbing from the food. So when you're eating protein, you need the amino acids. So at night when you need like, okay, how you're calm at night. Okay, it's specific amino acids like for your yeah, for building your serotonin, your dopamine, GABA in the brain, all this sort of stuff. So high quality protein. Every time I up my protein intake, like a gram per pound of body weight, sleep gets better. The glutamine, that's a big one. The liver detox, that's a big one. More time in nature, that's a really big one I found. Walking on grass is a great one, like just walking in nature, going into nature way more. Sleeping shirtless, you get to sleep a lot faster. Sleep deeper, I found excellent. Keep your room really cold. Uh, so what I have, this jumps around a bit. Okay, red light apps I really like. So on this phone, I have Twilight, and it will automatically adjust it, so I'm not having a bunch of blue light at me. And I just leave it on. And it will adjust itself. I don't like having a lot of blue light at me. And then there's F Lux I have on my computer, so I can go on my phone or computer at night, and it won't mess with melatonin production. Okay, so it doesn't mess with the circadian rhythm, any of that sort of stuff. You really shouldn't be watching TV before bed, any of that. House and your room, like 19 degrees would be good. Cold and dark. Get rid of any television in your room. Don't have that in there. Don't have it that your room should like literally be. It's just for sex. It's for sex and sleep. That's what your room is for. So you go in there and you know that's what it's for. Turn off your Wi-Fi at night. Unplug your Wi-Fi, and then you can also use things like shungite crystal in there for help with EMFs. Exercise. If you do interval training, you're going to be boosting growth hormone really well. It will increase your. It really helps sleep, like 20 minutes, even once even once a week can be excellent. That could be like, the way I used to do it was, and the way I like to do it was, I'd vary how long the intervals would be. So it could be I did on a bike. I sometimes put different exercises together and just kind of went through it, and could last like a minute or even a little more for an interval. If it was a say on a bike and I was like really going hard, it could be who knows how long. Maybe up to 30 seconds. Maybe if I really crank it up, maybe it's below that, and then you ramp it down and you keep going till you recover, and it just goes up down, and then you naturally will increase how many intervals you do. But I would do it for time, so I'd say, okay, do this for 20 minutes. So if you really go, and when you're first getting into it, your heart rate would stay up higher, and then you give yourself the time to recover, and then you go again, and you go again, and as you keep doing it, you'll naturally start doing more intervals. Boost growth hormone really well, which helps your sleep. Weightlifting, I normally find that too. Walks in nature would be really good too. Sun, yeah, having that. What else? So liver detox. I have down here sun gazing. That would have to be maybe a different video, but getting more sun in the morning can definitely help sleep at night. Specifically, yeah, sun gazing would be its whole other video. Yeah, but getting more sun. One I'm big on that. Yeah, timing of carbohydrates. So timing and having starch at night. So yeah, to help lower cortisol and increase serotonin. So I like potatoes, oatmeal, and rice are three I like. And you can have larger amounts, okay? But at night. So the idea would be you don't have it as early in the day, and then you go and you have it at night. So like it could be 5 o'clock. From there on, and you start eating all your starch for the day. Next thing you know, you're just calming and calming and calming, like, oh, and then holy crap, you sleep better. Like I've had times where yeah, like a couple hundred grams of carbs from 5 p.m. Onward, but I wasn't not eating a lot of carbs earlier in the day, and I put it to that time, and then you're sleeping better. Yeah, it's interesting. It's excellent. Reading before bed. I want to get back to this probably, but it has to be fiction. Read fiction and just keep going with it until you're like, oh, I feel tired, and it helps. It really helps. You're just kind of like, oh wow, and then you go to sleep. Your pillow. What pillow are you using? I started using pillows that were shaped like, do I say a bean, or yeah, kind of like one of these. Okay. Oh, you can't even see that. We'll put it this way. One side is curved and rounded for you to lay on your side. The other one is for you to lay on your back. So you can flip it both ways. Maybe you could say bean. Maybe you could say, I don't know if I want to say peanut, but like kind of shaped like a bean. They're about $70, maybe even $100 if you can find these. Costco might have them cheaper. Get one of those pillows for sure. Get one of those. My chiropractor used to, like, yeah, I don't even know if I get into that. They had pillows you could order specifically for that, but I'd say that, and put a pillow between your legs to support your back. Support your back. So put a pillow between your legs when you sleep on your side, and try that. Stretching. Foam roller to help with discs, to help the nervous system. There's a stretch, and this is one of the best stretches you'll ever. It's an amazing stretch. You lay on your back, you put your arms at your sides, and you set a timer for 20 minutes. And what you'll do is you'll wait till you feel stretch. It's stretching everything from lats to decompressing discs in the back. Pec minor is getting stretched. It's just the muscle underneath the pec there. You will feel stretching in around the ribs because you have ribs that are free floating. You will feel abdominal walls start to kind of shift. It can really release energy and blocks and stuff and help clear things. You might even hear it in your stomach. Like, it's interesting. People even find it before they work out can get like a. This came from Charles Poliquin. He used to be the top strength coach in the world, and it was like, I'm trying to think what the percentage was of a strength increase guys were getting, athletes, by doing the stretch. But you start out like that. Once it doesn't feel like a stretch anymore, put your arms up a little more, and keep holding it, and then a little more, keep holding it, and it will get to the point your arms are above your head. So you start with them out at your sides with a foam roller vertically on the spine, okay, and a long foam roller. And you're laying there, and your head's on the roller, and you start to relax more and more, because that pec minor is an area that people, they might not realize how much this will help with, like, nervous system, breathing, releasing the abdominal wall. This, you're like, oh my god, holy crap! You get up and I've seen people's shoulders go back like a couple inches and stay there, and you're like posture, and decompress the discs, so the spine. So doing that, and then set a timer for a full 20 minutes. You'll get to the point where you're like, oh my, that your arms will eventually be above your head, but it took you like moving your hands in little positions, but hold each one, and you only move it till you stop feeling the stretch. So foam rolling before bed, that could be an excellent one. Pink salts to help the nervous system, and you're gonna have that like Himalayan, the magnesium in that, with some water, could be very, very good. Chiropractor, get your back adjusted. Yeah, to help with the nervous system. Chiropractor would be excellent. What else do I have on here? Yoga. You would probably want to do probably like a yin yoga or one of those. You could do a hatha, but yoga probably not going to be something. You're not going to be doing like Kundalini yoga before bed. That wouldn't be smart. What else do I have here? Oh, the amino acid tryptophan Now brand is one I found was good. Only 220 milligrams, maybe one capsule. Could be pretty good. It actually can help if you have sleep apnea. Tryptophan can help. And then you could be looking at, so what I've got there, grounding. I think I mentioned grounding in there. Spend more time, make sure you're grounding more. You could add more adaptogens to this Schisandra in there, and this would be great for health in general. But chaga, mushroom, the tea with the chunks, drink it. I would used to drink that every day. I want to get back to that. Helps Jing Qin Shen, fantastic. And red reishi would really help with sleep. Really help sleep. Excellent, excellent. Purica brand out of Canada would be the one would go for that. The chaga, I'd get the chunks and you brew it really dark and drink like a cup a day. The stuff is amazing. So these are going to help, including with Schisandra. They help with they call it the HPA axis, hypothalamus, pituitary adrenal axis. So when people talk about adrenals, it's helping regulate that sort of system. And I mean, you're actually having this Schisandra work directly on the pituitary. So it's interesting. They're balancing things. They're an adaptogen. They help you cope with stress. So it brings you back to like a balanced state. So yeah, excellent stuff. I started to write this out and I was like, oh man, I know a decent amount about this stuff. And a lot of things, there's things on here thrown in there I don't think a lot of people have touched on before. Like the liver one. I don't know how many people don't. I've seen people where I'm just like, oh, take Schisandra, and they come back to me within the week like, oh my god. It's like, oh yeah, how's your sleep doing? Like, holy crap. And I was like, yeah, there you go. Yeah, how you doing? Oh, how's your yeah. Like, I'm looking at this, the magnesium one. I mean, the Camprev one is the one I'd say right now. It comes in a big tub. It says 400 on it. Very powerful stuff. Like, you take it, you're like, oh, I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. And it added hours of sleep. Yeah. So those would be ones to look into. Check that out. And I'd go to bed before 11 for sure, because I believe it's the liver. The energy with the liver starts to kind of kick up. So probably 10:30. Like, you'd be in bed by, like, say 10:30. Yeah. So yeah, that's some of the stuff I found for sleep. And then aiming for, I was normally averaging 10 hours. That's what I want to keep going for. So going for what you find for yourself. And yeah, the Wi-Fi one could be excellent. The nature, everyone should be getting more time in nature. Sun. Yeah. Okay, I think I might end it there. Yeah, go into there.